Hello everyone, today we're checking out Outbound, a relaxing survival simulator, made by the people who made Above Snakes. In order to obtain the alpha, you have to back the Kickstarter, which I did. I usually don't back Kickstarters because kind of a dodgy reputation here and there, but this one was the very first I did because I had such trust in the company that they would deliver. But for now, let's actually get into the game and check it out. I drove until the grey of the city faded from my mirrors. Now the open road and this camper van are all I call home. Time to start my adventure. Day 1. For some reason we start on the middle of the road. So this is our nice camper van. Alright, a little down the road, we have a stop to make. As one, we cannot go farther. And two, well, this is where the game wants us to stop anyway, to learn the basics. But this right here is going to be the explorable world. Or at least the first biome, and I see something big up there. That's a windmill. I like those. There's a drawbridge there. You can see a bunch of towers. Well, not including that Firewatch tower, I guess. But you can see a bunch of regular towers. There is one right here. So I did play this last night with a friend of mine. We kind of lost track of time. It became kind of late. So these towers, as you can see, there's a terminal. And we can download something. This is how you unlock blueprints for your recipes. So in this case, we learn how to make the building hammer as well as the wrench. Two essential tools I suppose we need. Especially the wrench, because that unlocks this gate for some reason. Let's grab some scrap. And the van is kitted out with multiple things. One, you can deposit your resources on the side. That auto does it, and you can see everything here. You can open up the back. This is your workstation. Eventually you can open up this bottom part here to uncover the engine. There's also where you have to fuel it. But for now, let's craft this, and we get a little mini game. I imagine that they'll change that mini game because it's kind of tedious after a while. And if you're not good at those timed windows, well, tough luck, you're gonna have to hit them. Alright, we need to light the campfire for our quest. Luckily, there's some wood in this chest right here. So let's turn it on. Don't know why we're lighting these, but there's 20 of them to light in this area. If I can open the map, you can see that there's different different collectibles. There's also some larger locations. We have to track this landmark right here, which is that watchtower. We have to find all the collectibles. We have to locate the points of interest, which the windmill is one of, which I like. Alright, let's close the trunk. Let's open up this, and we can keep moving. This is probably going to be an animation that will be changed later, because I don't see why we need a wrench for that. Alright, let's get into the van. Start driving off. So for now, I think I'll be just following my way to the fire lookout tower. There are some resources you find along the way, like these rocks, so I will be stopping right here. I haven't found much use for rocks yet, but I imagine they come in handy later, and it doesn't really seem like there's a limit to how much your van can carry. At least I hope not. And eventually you do need a lot of resources, especially wood. Food is something you're gonna need a ton of as well. We found a camping spot. That is also where another campfire is. And there's some litter on the ground. Let's collect these. Why are people littering, man? There's some logs here too, which is good because we need those for the campfire. And the neat thing is that every time you come to one of these locations, you can just chill. And it's such a relaxing moment. But no time for relaxing, we got a litter to clean up. I do like how these berry bushes stand out slightly because they're more turquoise than actual green. The weird thing is though, is that you see a ton of berries, yet you only get one per bush. And the entire bush is also gone. Don't know how the heck you're doing that. You must have a very firm grip, I suppose. You squash like pretty much all the berries. You rip out the entire plant. Hey, this area is cleaned up. We just keep on going on the road. There's also another type of bush right here. This shrubbery, which gives a bit of fiber. I do recommend as soon as you are at the van, just dump something. It also wants us to set up camp, I guess. Yeah, I know we can open this game. If you do set up camp like this, you're unable to drive. Which I suppose makes sense. Let's keep that shut for now. We can build inside the back of our camper van. Once we built the building hammer, which it really wants us to do. Something I have noticed with this game is you do tend to stop quite often. Because you do need so many of these resources. Especially berries and wood. Oh, there's actually another one of... do I want to walk to that? No, we come there later. Alright, we need an axe for this log. So the world is not randomly generated either. This is all, well, I imagine, handcrafted, but at least the world is the same every time. Alright, we're starting to get to a place with a large amount, well, with a couple large logs and a split in the road. Alright, I'm gonna go left for now because I do know that there is a terminal right here that can teach us the axe. Also, the base speed of the van is very slow. You can upgrade the van's power later. I'm not sure if that also increases the speed, though. I haven't gotten to that point yet. We were just kinda casually driving around, exploring the area. Which I will admit, it's kinda difficult for 2 players at least, and then you can play up to 4. Hunger really plays a big part in it. Which is kinda crazy. Do we have... No, we do not have those tickets, right? I forgot. So in order to actually unlock these recipes, as you can see, we need some sort of ticket. Right here, though, we can get a pickaxe, a sickle, and an axe. Axe tier 1, specifically. You can have better tools, but that is for, like, later areas. It's starting nighttime already. The thing I don't like is that backing up with this van is, like, very hard. Because you only have this rear view mirror. It doesn't really show a lot, and these side mirrors, well, they don't even work. Alright, we're coming up to this tower over here. There's a recipe tower. With any luck, that location will actually give us what we need in order to start crafting those tickets. Alright, interesting. I guess, unless we pick something from here, which we can't, it will not go over to the next screen then. Which probably means that we can find whatever we're looking for up that fire tower. And it's too late to drive. Alright, let's set up camp here. Let's sleep in our bed. Gonna cost us 25 hunger, though. Which, we don't have a whole lot of, so I kind of want to hurry along. Because I don't want to just eat berries, because there's better things we can get. Better food sources. That we can use berries for. Of course, I say that, and on the way, I'm still picking up litter and everything. There's a drawbridge right there. We saw that from the top of the cliffs there. Get another camping spot. Get some water. As well as a bottle cap. Now the bottle caps are kind of useful. Enough for currently. But I will in a sec. Let's take out 2 logs. Stoke the campfire. I guess move on, because we honestly don't really have the time. I mean, we could just eat berries on their own, but again, I don't really want to waste them. There are actually quite a lot of them here. So I'll be picking these. I imagine later down the line, you can get even better cooking stations. And of course, you can farm as well. But that is, well, I wouldn't say far off. But in the context of what is in the game currently, I think it is far off. It also depends on what upgrades you pick from those towers. How many berries do we have? 13? That's pretty good. But those are going to be gone real quick as well. And man, we got a broken bridge over here. And we got a staircase that goes up to the fire tower, or the fire lookout tower. In order to fix the broken bridge, we need 10 planks. Planks is not something we can make right now. Let's grab all these supplies. Luckily, some of them have logs, which is kind of nice for these campfires. And let's see. Well, let's go up the mountain. Or hill, I guess it would be more accurate. I live in the Netherlands, man. Anything that goes this steep is considered a mountain. Ooh. There's a little rocky formation, but also you can stack a rock on it. And we have another collectible found. Alright, explore the fire lookout. Let's go up. And someone's leaving their litter out here. We can just kind of chill out here. Fill the dude's water bottles. Let's see, download. It's still this. I feel like we can probably already make the item as soon as we make the building hammer. Alright, looks like this lookout tower. The dude also was making birdhouses. Oh, nice. Something I do find kind of weird is you can sit on this chair. You don't really get a nice view from here, though. Which is really sad, because the view looks absolutely amazing with waterfalls, a windmill, the full-on mountains in the back. It's such a relaxing, peaceful, and visually interesting place. Okay, we're carrying too much. I guess those herbs were just the final straw, man. Alright, we explored the entire fire lookout tower. I don't get why that doesn't disappear. Unless it really wants us to use that computer. But we need a research ticket for that. But alright, let's open this up. Start crafting that hammer. Open up the side. The neat thing also is that your tools, you don't actually have a hotbar, but you can collect every tool and then use them whenever you need to. Ah yeah, so this is what we need, the recycler. But in order to build that, we do need a countertop too. So let's just build a couple right there. Place the recycler on it. And then all that litter that we've been finding on the ground, that turns into tickets. Alright, I think it's just saying we're gonna need to eat some of these berries. One, I need at least one for now. There we go. Now, annoyingly, they do show up in your vans inventory. Everything you craft in here, even if you take them out. Don't know why that is. In a way, it's handy. But if you need, for example, those planks, you need to make them in your van and then go to your van's inventory after you took them out of the sawmill. Because for some reason, you automatically deposit into the van's storage system. Now, let's see. I want the axe first, because that's the most useful at the moment. And with that, we also explored this lighthouse. Oh, I see something over here. But there's a bunch of herbs around. Might actually be taking these. What is this? Oh, it's a gnome on a chair. What's up, my dude? Ash little thing. Or little ash things. Do you actually have a nice view from there? You cannot sit on the chair. Well, I'm not too sure about the view. Alright, with everything finished up around here, let's head back to the van and then keep circling this area. And then we come to this tower right here. And we basically circle back. I don't want to sleep just yet, because sleeping is gonna basically kill our hunger bar at the moment, because it's gonna be minus 25. But I think the neat thing about tickets, though, is that I think we can use them from our van's inventory. Unlike many other items. And let's actually try that out right here. So this is where we stood on the other side moments ago. Because the path was blocked by logs. Set up camp, recycler, take all these out. So yeah, we don't have any of them in our inventory. We can't deposit anything, we have nothing. Let's take a look. So yeah, we can use them, that is nice. Sewing, food processing, or gardening. Food processing right now is going to be most useful. Because that allows us to create a jam from those berries. And that is a better food source. Actually, is it though? Hold up, let's make one. Because it does use 2 to make 1. So this has a nutrition of 10. Yeah, I think jam had a nutrition of 22. So technically it would be better. But let's check this out. Or is it also gets deposited in here? Yeah, it's 22. So it is better to make the jam out of it, but only slightly. Right, let's keep going. Right, we also need the axe right here. So I guess we immediately stop again. Craft this up. The neat thing is, though, is that after this, we don't actually have to make a new one. There's no durability either, which thank God, because this minigame is not for me. I'll tell you that much. But with that, we can now harvest these logs that are laying on the ground everywhere. And look at that, they give so many wood. It is amazing. We are over encumbered. I did see a couple logs somewhere around here. I don't know if you guys can see that in the distance, but that looks like a glowy treehouse over there. Looks pretty cool. Okay, I should have probably brought the van back here because there's a lot more logs on the ground on this side. And I am getting kind of over encumbered again. And it's too late to drive again. Let's go to bed. Day 3. Oh, and it's raining as well. Also, we're dying from hunger, from jam. Let's fill up completely, or nearly completely. I do really like the sounds when it's raining, because you can hear them clattering on the roof right now. When I walk away, you can just hear it like normal. Also, something big, the rain doesn't come through the van. Sounds like a small thing, but you know how many times I see rain come through buildings in survival games? Also, it's like such a massive step up from what Above Snakes is. From like an isometric, top-down survival game with a completely different style to it and mechanics. It was very unique. And then this is like something completely different again. And it feels unique in its own way again. And that comes back to what I said earlier, and this is the reason why I decided to eventually back the game. Because it's just so different from your regular experiences, and the devs really know how to make a fun game. Alright, let's check this out. We can now download the sawmill. That's good, we need those for planks. Also, as you can see, our van is getting low. We open up this. There's 2 things we can check out. The engine info. It basically shows us the levels of our motor and stuff like that. As well as the fuel usage. So the more we build on there, the higher I suppose that would be eventually. And the battery capacity, which are things we can upgrade later. For now though, we're going to need to slap some logs into our car, and that will create fuel. Don't know how that works, but hey. Alright, we do have the sawmill now too. Alright, I do happen to know that we need a 10 for that bridge. So let's have 10 of those being made. However, instead of going back to that bridge, there are other ways we can go here. We are right in front of a split again, so I'm just going to go this way. So I want to explore this first area fully and then slowly move on. Alright, this van really isn't made for these slopes, man. Oh, can we even make it? Come on, come on. Yes, I think we did it. Sweet. And there is a small camping area right here, so this is where I'll be stopping. I didn't actually see this one the first time I played. This is a new area for me. Let's set this up for just the reason that we're chilling here for now. Some logs, some fiber. Cannot light while it's raining. That kind of sucks. This is a large area to get a bunch of rocks. Again, I'm not 100% sure what we need these for. But I imagine eventually they'll come in useful. Like besides placing them on the, what are they, churns? The rock stacking things. Which I imagine there's probably one around here because there's so many rocks. Also one of those recipe towers. So I can see one of those rock piles over there. We cannot swim in the game. So I don't think we can actually get over there. No, we have to come from the other side. Alright, sweet. Logs are, or the planks are done. Let's also have this create more tickets. I kind of wish it would stop raining by now. I think we just need to sleep, but how much food do we have? Not crazy much, but we can make more. Yeah, let's sleep. It's not evening yet, never mind. Alright, well in that case, I'm just gonna go out and explore this side real quick. Well, I don't see anything interesting on this side of the road. And besides these large bushes, there also isn't anything to pick up. And we don't have the sickle, so we cannot pick up those either way. There we go, we can sleep. Usually I don't really want to do this, but I also don't want to leave behind one of the fireplaces. Alright, light these bad boys up. There we go, the gravel camping grounds. Alright, let's keep on going. We need to back it up. Something to note for people that are just trying out the game or thinking about trying out the game. by backing the Kickstarter, because I think you can still do that. If not, the game eventually will come out on Steam in like a year. But currently in the alpha, the driving mechanic feels very... I don't really know how to describe it, but going from side to side feels way too quick. However, if you play it for like, probably like half an hour, you get used to it. And it feels alright. But that's just something I experienced right at the very beginning. Because I started crashing into so many things because the car or the van just turned real quick. Especially for the speed that you're going, it felt way too fast. But eventually you get used to it, and it is actually a nice speed as well. Because you can maneuver quite quickly around corners. A bunch more rocks, a bunch more scrap metal, and another tower on the... over here. It seems like there's another... something on the other side as well. On the map. I can't zoom in, so it's not like I can easily see what it is, and I cannot click on it. We need a pickaxe in order to destroy these boulders, so we cannot go any farther. Let's see what's inside here. Oh, would you look at that? The pickaxe. Or an upgraded axe. Now, the upgraded axe is something we're going to need in the next area, but for now, let's check out the pickaxe and see what is behind that. If anything, of course. Let's check it out. If we just mine the rocks... 5 rocks, okay, good. Mine all of them then. Alright, mine the rocks away. What is behind here? Oh, a gnome. Look at him. Ik ook niet. Of ik ook niet. I actually wonder how they get the names for these gnomes. Let's back it up. There is a broken bridge right behind here. Oh, okay, that was backing up. Oh boy. Oh, watch out. I ran into a box. That's why we need a better way to look behind us, man. Let's head to the broken bridge. Because we should be able to fix it up. There's also some other goodies. Like a well with some litter. A bucket of water, which... and we got 5 water from that? Heck yeah. I'm not really sure how to get water otherwise. Like, we get those bottles. We get them from those buckets. But you do need them for the farms. Obviously, because you need to water your crops. But I wonder if there's going to be another way of getting water eventually. Let's take out all the planks. Repair the broken bridge. There we go. Now we can cross. A new radio signal has been received. Check your map. Well, let's park right here. And we'll check that out. Oh, come on, man. This radio signal is literally the tower over there. However, that does mean we can go back there and we can get another recipe. But where they respawn is random. So technically, I think we just got lucky that it's so close by. And we're back at this camping ground. A variety of drawers. A variety of shelves and a variety of tables. Metal tables at that. Looks like some of these don't have a icon yet. We're gonna go for the shelf pack. Gonna be kinda useless at the moment because we don't have walls. Seems like all the rocks respawned. I'm not picking those up, man. I might pick up these, but we have like what, over 60 right now, and I'm not even sure what to do with that many. Day 5. So where are we gonna go next? It seems like I missed... well, I didn't really miss anything here, but it seems like there is a campfire right down below there. I think that should be our next destination. Alright, let's go this way. This should be towards that campfire. Our battery is almost out. Never mind, it is out. Out of fuel. We're gonna have to wait a second until that recharges. But it needs to recharge only by 1 bar and we can start driving again. And I feel like... what the hell are we stuck on? Oh, that doesn't feel good for the car, man. Or doesn't sound good. Alright, well, we did it. We are on top. At this other camping ground. And the car's out of fuel. Why are you so slow, game? Is it just not working while we're driving? Or whatever, I guess we're here anyway, so let's start collecting stuff. This is kind of just the main gameplay loop. go around, check out these nice little locations, grab a bunch of resources. It's a very chill experience. Except for when you don't really have any food, then it's kind of a problem. There we go, we lit 8 of the 20 so far. Alright, seems like our car is mostly charged. I think those are probably all... Yeah, those were all the logs that I put in there. So 10 logs completely fills up the battery. Of course we wasted one getting up here, or used one. One full charge at that. I guess it takes a lot of power to go uphill. Yeah, 10 logs generally is enough for this basic battery. However, being as we went uphill, that means we go downhill right now. And I imagine that it's probably better for the battery. Weirdly enough, we can't really let go of the gas. As you would expect in real life. Because we will stop still. See another tower over there. And a lot of berry bushes. And a nice lake. I imagine that when fishing gets added to the game, this is probably one of the locations we can fish at. Oh, we got carrots as well. I also got stuffing earlier. When I picked up the reeds. I'm not 100% sure what to do with that. I didn't even know you could pick those up. But I saw the pop-up when I got near them. Also, there was a cave over there. It does seem like the cave is blocked off, though. But we'll check that out in a sec. What does it even say? That's a hiking area. A pretty beautiful hiking area, though. This entire game pretty much is. I'd love to check out a place like this in real life. Alright, parked a bit closer. And let's see, there's a sign here. Cave temporarily closed. Danger, falling rocks. Why can I interact with this? And I wonder if this is just a world building thing or if they're going to add caves to the game later, but it just isn't in here yet. That would be pretty cool. You can explore caves and everything like that. However, for right now, let's check out what we can get from this tower. Ooh. We can now build on our roof. The base building deck is available. So you may have noticed that when we're building tools, there's also this car section. And if we build this, we unlock the building deck. And there's now a ladder in our van. So we also unlocked a bunch of other building pieces now. And we can build on our car. But as you can see in the top left, there is a limit. Each building piece we add to this does increase that weight limit, which kind of sad. And I don't actually like the ladder as much on that inside there, so I'm going to add it over there. Move this one up. I actually wonder, can we just straight up remove this piece? No. Okay, so the ladder piece is the only one we cannot remove. That sucks so much, because I don't like that area there. We'll probably block this off. It's getting a bit misty. Actually, I wanted to know, did walls? Yeah, walls added to the weight as well. They do a 0.1. We don't actually have that much space left. And we don't have any wood left. Yeah, because that went real quick. The building is also kind of expensive. But then when we close camp, whoop. Everything goes inside the little boxes that you just need a top. And then if we want to get it back out, whoop. I love that so much. Alright, let's have a little snooze. Go over to day 6. And we're dying from hunger. We could go over the bridge, or we could go straight. However, there is a little bus stop over there, and I want to show you guys something. Over at that bus stop looking area. I do see some reeds. Again, I'm not sure what to use the stuffing for, but it's a thing in the game, so I imagine it will become useful later. So as we approach, you can see that there is something that looks like a gacha machine. This is the Cap and Snap. We can get a bunch of different rewards. Like the Sims logo, a cat, which I would really love to get. You pay with these bottle caps though. Toss one in. Let's see what our prize is. Come on, cat. It's the owl. Well, we unlock the recipe for the bobblehead owl. I actually wonder if we want to place the bobblehead. Can we actually... Oh yeah, we can place them inside there. Yeah, we can. Okay, that's cool. Let's have one over there. We do have more bottle caps, though. We got 5 of them. Each spin, it does become more expensive. So now it costs 2 bottle caps. And next up, it's 3 bottle caps, probably. Come on, cat. It's the Sims logo. Now we need 3 bottle caps. Luckily, we do have that, so we have another chance at the cat. Come on, come on, come on. It's the rubber duck. Let's place these items down regardless. There we go. You can have up to 3 of them, it looks like. Plus, can we build under there? Nope. But yeah, you can have up to 3 of these little things. Up on the dashboard area. You can place them on these shelves as well. I did notice that there's a lot of goodies around here. This forest stretches on quite a bit. There's a lot of berry bushes. And there's a gnome here too. What's up, gnome? Great Scott. Huh. You think that will attack when we get near? What's up? No, they just fly off. Okay. I guess they're more like pelicans rather than swans, which is what I thought they were at first. I came to this hiking area. Seems like there's a bunch of crates around. And suspiciously nothing around. Whoa, they spawned like right in front of my face. Alright, radio tower, right as we are dying from hunger. Alright, where is this signal at? It's literally the exact same one that got new stuff like a second ago. You can see part of the next area already from here. I was just wandering around because there's a bunch of logs in the area and a bunch of berry bushes. Yeah, there's like I think it was called the prairie. Has a bunch of birch trees in it. We will need a level 2 version of the axe in order to start chopping trees in this area. So I don't really want to leave until we get that. There's still some other areas to explore, like we still have this up here. We haven't gone down here yet either. So it's not like we're done exploring the area. Hell, I'm not even done exploring this wooded area yet, because there's a bunch of stuff. There's also this large tree around here. This one is suspiciously bigger than the rest. Doesn't have anything. There's a bunch of big trees over there too, I guess. I thought maybe there would be a gnome, but I guess not. Hope we can get a better backpack. And this is the second time I had to walk back with a full inventory of both logs and berries. Which I guess is a good problem to have. But also it's not like we have crazy many of them either. Oh, I found a gnome at the edge of this waterfall. Look at him, he looks so ready. Anti-van. Ready for a swim though, that dude. Can we actually see them anywhere? I don't think so. We can't click on anything here. Alright, I think we got everything from this forest area. Start making... Wow, only 10 berries? Feels like we had so many more. And it's too late to drive as well. Well, let's go to bed. Sadly, it doesn't really seem to keep going when we sleep. And it's raining again. Have a morning snack with the jam. Alright, seeing as we survived for a week out in the middle of nowhere with just our camper van, I'm gonna be leaving it off over here. There's a lot to explore still. I really cannot wait to see the windmill. I really love looking at those. We almost explored this first area right here, but it does seem like this is also part of, well, the wooded area? I guess this was less of a wooded area, so maybe we're going into a different area already. That's a lot of area. Over the next couple days, I'm definitely going to be back with more Outbound. I really want to explore everything this map has to offer. Stay tuned for more videos the coming week. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye everyone.